Hi, everybody. Welcome to This Overstuffed House. My name is Nancy. As you could tell from the warehouse look behind me of the living room, um, I do have an overstuffed house. I inherited 3 estates worth of stuff, and I am slowly getting through it. This year has been much slower because my health, but especially my disabled brother, who I take care of, um, his health has been particularly bad back and forth this year. Um, Tonight's live sale is all Christmas, and I don't have as much as I did last year, but I do have some cool stuff. Some will be offer ups, some are set prices. I'll give a number. The first person with that number then gets the item. Um, if you are new to my channel, by all means, like, subscribe, and I hope you have fun tonight. I hope you have fun watching this on the replay because nobody's here yet. I just started. Uh, the beverage of choice right now is a little bit of Gatorade because it's been a rough week. I've spent the day operating on 4 hours of sleep. So if I start getting a little giddy during the show, it's only because I'm sleep deprived. Hello, Rhonda. How are you? So, you are the number one person here. So, I have I don't have as much as last time. Because last year, man, that sale went 6 hours. I had so much stuff, but this year it's a little smaller. So, I have to be up early in the morning because my brother may or may not be coming home tomorrow. I don't know. I think he's going to go right from the nursing home and me drive him right to the ER, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. He is dangerously dehydrated. They only gave him a little bit of saline solution, so yeah, it's been a very challenging couple of days. But I'm here. I did not even there was so much this week that there was so much chaos on Thursday that I honestly thought Thursday was Friday. And Friday morning, Mike said something about it being Saturday and he's got to go to the tree lot because it was set up for the Christmas tree lot for the Boy Scout troop. And I went, wait, what? I thought yesterday was. He said, oh, that it would be the next day, and I'm like, wait, what do you mean? I thought yesterday was Friday. So I never did a live on Thursday night because I had my brain already went, oh, it's Friday. Because there's just been so much going on with my brother this week. Um, but yeah, he's not doing well. He's not. And the nursing home he's in is just abysmal. Um, I had to go argue with them yesterday because he'd been throwing up all night and they hadn't done anything. They hadn't gotten him any medicine. They hadn't checked on him. They've done nothing. And I got there and I was like, what the hell's going on? So yeah, he's severely dehydrated and he's supposed to go to the hospital to the person who put in the port for his intravenous IV that he had. And so we'll see. And then they'll bring him back to the nursing home and then I pick him up there. And that's supposed to be at 9 tomorrow morning. But at this point, I saw him just a few hours ago. He's so weak. I don't think he can come home, but he sure as hell can't stay in that nursing home. Um, I think he's going to end up having to go right back to the ER when we leave the nursing home tomorrow. So, but yes, it's not great. All those years of not taking care of his health is starting to catch up with him. But you know, I do what I can for him, but he's stubborn. But yeah, So tonight's sale, just from having to go out there almost every day, I don't have as much found for Christmas as I did last year. So do not expect this year's sale to be 6 hours long. But I do have some good stuff. Hello, Douglas. Welcome to this overstuffed house. um, so I do have some things that you've seen before because there were some things that were from Shackman Publishing, and they have become quite collectible over the years because Shackman used to do a lot of fantastic reproductions of Victorian and turn of the century stuff. Everything from ornaments to greeting cards, all kinds of stuff. And I had the luck to um, be able to buy a box of Shackman stuff from Mr. Buys a Lot channel. And this is the last of it, to the best of my knowledge anyway. But I believe this is the last of it that I have tonight. So we'll have a few of those goodies left, but you will have seen them last year. But we have some nice little surprises, including the cute little light sets. You know Brian? Yeah. I haven't gotten anything from him at all this entire year. Just because it's been a rough year with my brother. My brother is 8 years my senior, so he's 68, but he looks like he's well into his 70s. Um he's got Crohn's disease and he's never really done anything that they say. So it's taken its toll on his body. And this nursing home they don't give him meds on time. I don't know about during the week, but on the weekends, there's one RN to give out meds to the entire little nursing home. That's insane. I just turned 60. Oh, you're only 10 years older? I got siblings older than that. My sister was 14 when I was born. So that means this day after Christmas, on Boxing Day, she'll be hitting 75. She's the oldest of us because one brother passed away in California because during towards the tail end of the lockdown for the COVID, and some nurse didn't. She never got vaccinated, and she had 4 patients in the ICU, the critical care unit for heart patients. And she got sick, and all 4 of her patients got sick, and 2 of the patients died, and she died. Wasn't good, but what can you do, especially when you're this far away. All the family's way over here in the Philadelphia area, and then Steve and Sue were way over there in Upland, California, which is kind of funny because right down the bottom of the hill for me is Upland, PA. So, oh yeah, 2 years older. Well, we went in numbers of two in between 2 years, and then we have in between 4 years, 4 years, 4 years. So David screws up the math because he and Phyllis, I think, were only like 16 months apart. They're not a full 2 years apart. But my eldest brother was 16 when I was born. And then 2 years later came, so he was born in 49, I think, um, or 47. I can't remember. I don't remember the years. It's hard enough just to remember the birthday, forget knowing what year. Um, but he was 16 when I was born. But when he was born, then 2 years later came my sister, my only sister. And then not even a full 2 years after that came David. So David screws up the math if you're trying to go from the top down. But then if you get to me, then 4 years older than me is my brother Roy, 4 years above him, is my brother Gary, who's the disabled one who's currently in the nursing home, supposedly recovering, but he's not. Um, and then there's another 4 years, and then you hit David. And in between David and Gary, our mom had polio, and they told her she'd never have any more kids. She proved them wrong. She 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 had three more. She said she was so happy to have another little girl. So so she got me. My sister was very much the Bobby Soxer 1950s girl. She didn't have a poodle skirt. She had a red corduroy skirt that had a white felt cat on it. Because I remember once finding it packed in the attic. Mom had kept it. I don't know what. Uh, oh, was Brian back up in PA this morning? Ah, I have not been able to keep up watching some of the channels I like to watch. Some of them I've caught, bits and pieces on repeat, but uh sorry. My nose is twitching. Excuse me. Yeah, Brian finds some great stuff, but the prices get so high, I can't always get things. I have occasionally gotten boxes of postcards because I have fun with those. So, mm. Oh wow! Out of let's see, out of six kids, Mom had. Let's see, Dave and Karen had three girls. Phyllis had a boy and a girl, and then Michael came along. So she only had six grandchildren. But because the age spread's so big, by the time I was 10, the first grandchild arrived. So Sarah growing up was more like a little sister than than my niece. But uh her sister Jennifer had a son young, and so my she gave birth just like a month after my dad passed away because we were all terrified she'd go into premature labor because she was so attached to her grandpa. Um, but when her son John was born, so mom got to see, um, she got to see two great grandsons. And actually, yeah, and she was around when Sarah and Joe married. So there's an adopted Joe's little girl, Bree. So um so yeah. But now I've lost count because there's like he's got three. She doesn't have any. She doesn't have any. She's got one, so there's four. And then Jen had Joey, Danny, Josh, Little John, and Madeline. So she had five. So 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 9 great grandchildren now for my parents. So, and Kim's still young yet. Oh my goodness. 19 years apart. Yeah, that's a lot. A friend of mine growing up had a huge age spread. He actually had a nephew that was 2 months older than he was because his eldest sister and his mother were pregnant at the same time. Big old Irish Catholic family that one was. Oh. Oh, Brian went to a wedding. Okay. So, what are these little I don't know if you can see them, but on the oh, what did I do? I don't know what I did. No, I don't want top fans. I want to go back. There we go. You guys have little crowns and a number, so it's something to do with top fans. I don't know what. So we have 6 people with us now. Welcome, everybody, and hello. I know this is not my usual night for a sale. I usually do it on a Thursday, but I didn't want to do the Christmas sale on Thanksgiving night. I didn't think that would be a good idea. And so I figured I need to have it before we hit December because I didn't know what was going on with my brother. He was supposed to be home already. So that was another reason why I picked it. So yeah, I don't know what that's for, but it says top fans. So I don't know if it's just because you're the first ones to have commented. Maybe. Ah, so we'll give it another 4 minutes and then we'll have to start the show here because Nancy is not a morning person. I am 100% a night owl and I have to be up by 7:30 tomorrow morning. There's a reason. Oh, I see. That's why your numbers just switched. So you're number one now, and Rhonda's number two. um, yeah, he was supposed to be home last week, and then had didn't. I swear they're trying to find reasons to keep him, and I have some evidence for that too. So, um, so I figured, yeah, it'd be great. I could set the sale up for, if he's home on Wednesday, then I'll just do a live chat in case they keep him an extra day. And then I then I don't have to worry about it. I can do the sale on Sunday and everything will be fine, except that it's not fine. He's not fine. And we're doing the sale anyway. So, well, yeah, but the amount of comments in the chat is actually when I look at um my channel and see yeah, I don't know what the points do. But when I look at my channel, it'll show a graph to show how many comments happened and when was the most comments going on, and it'll be a little bar graph going, and and it makes a difference. It's I don't know what it does, but it seems to be that one of the metrics uh, that YouTube tracks for a live is how many comments and how much discussion and activity is in the chat. And I think it's probably a metric they use for promoting, because they really don't tell you much about what the metrics they use for promoting a channel. But they have that as one of the analytics, so I kind of wonder if they use it. So tonight I have filled my little tray over there, and so far the cats have not realized that I am live, because usually I'm getting bombarded by 1 or 2 kitty cats on Thursday nights, especially Aragorn. So I don't know where he's probably upstairs in Michael's room. Um, Michael is the nephew I raised that I tend to refer to as my son. He's a very lucky young man in that he had 3 parents, his birth parents and me, and we all loved him very, very much. So he's now 31. And we're both in Boy Scouts. He's finally now Scoutmaster of the troop he came up in. And I just got my 20-year pin for being with the troop. So, um we have think it just popped back to 6 people watching. So I'm going to get us started. I have some things that I have found in boxes that I've been sorting out because remember, I did inherit 3 estates. If you're new to the channel, there is a channel pinned on, if you go directly to my channel, there is a video pinned on how I got an overstuffed house. Some of this stuff came from a clean out that I did a year ago. And she still sometimes gives me stuff. I don't know what I got into, but I have an itchy spot. I had a rash there, and I don't know what I got into. I might have gotten too close to regular ivy when I was working in the yard. Because, yes, I am allergic to regular English ivy. I cannot touch it. But anyway, some of the things are vintage. I changed the thumbnail so that I could show that cute little salt and pepper shaker. That's the Santa and a big pile of packages. And there will be a few things that are offer up. If you have never been to a live sale before that did offer ups, an offer up is where I will put in a price to start, and then if somebody you can offer what you want, and it's basically like an auction, but it's not an auction. It's an offer up. That's a key legal point here. In some states, it makes a difference. Not so much in PA, I don't believe, but in some states it does. So anyway, it works the same, pretty much the same way. But you put in the chat what your offer is, and there's usually a countdown as it gets as the offers get slower, and then when we get to stop, I'll refresh the chat and see who was the last one to get in their offer before the stop. Now, one thing about that, if you've never had to do this before, YouTube, the default is top chat. And so you're going to want to go up and click on that and put it all on live chat. Sometimes, for some reason, it'll say all chat. Yeah, that's what you want. Either all chat or live chat. That's what you want to be in. And for some reason, even in that, it can often show your, like, the order won't always be what I see. And sometimes you have to refresh your page in order to see where your own is, because you always, I know it does it to me too. What if I've been at somebody else's sale? Oh yeah, Ohio, I know, is one of them. And where somebody else is in another state, and it's insane because you have to pay. You first off must go to these classes. You must pay for the classes. The classes cost $500. The license for a year costs $200, and you have to do this every year. That's well, you don't. The classes you have to take every 5, but you got to pay that for no, not for reselling on YouTube. No, that's a bit. It's not quite the same. Anyway, so that's what an offer up does. All prices are the price that you're going to have for the item. It does not include the shipping. I do ship through Pirate Ship, so that does help because it gives me a bit of a discount on the shipping, which I of course pass on to you. Hello, Nora. Hi. Oh, how's Mary doing? I hope she's doing all right. But You can tell I'm sleep deprived because now my brain just went whoop. Um, what was I saying? Oh, the shipping is a separate thing. I invoice through um, PayPal. I invoice through PayPal. Now, if you don't have a PayPal account, that's fine. You can go in as guest and pay with a credit card. So that's not a problem. It's just a very useful way for me to be able to invoice you. Um, my plan is to ship everything out this week. However, we have some strange weather heading to us. So this week's gonna be interesting. But I'm going to try to have it all shipped out this week. However, I also have to double check because oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Um, but I haven't found out if the post office is open on Friday or not. They're not open on Thursday. And the one near me for Saturday is only open for 2 hours on a Saturday morning from 10 to 12. That's it. I don't know why, because it's kind of a hub point. So um so hopefully we'll get everything out, packed and out this week. But there is Thanksgiving to consider and my brother's health. But it'll definitely be out by sometime during the second week of December if we run into problems, because we may get either heavy rain, or if we get the cold front with it, we could get snow. It's going to be an interesting week in so many ways. Ah, I'm so sorry to hear that about Mary. But um so that takes care of how I invoice and the shipping. I live just south of Philadelphia. I am literally like right smack in the middle between Wilmington, Delaware, and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, along that I-95 corridor. I am right in the middle. 14 miles that way from my front door would put me at the Delaware Art Museum, right in Wilmington. 14 miles that way puts me right up at Penn's Landing in Philadelphia, which I have to laugh at because that's not where William Penn actually landed. William Penn actually landed here in Chester. Uh, so, meh. There's actually a bronze plaque downtown too. Um, so they took the name to make a tourist spot, but it's not actually anything to do with where Penn actually landed. Because, history is subjective and they don't care if it's accurate. Let's see. Oh, I do have one thing for sale tonight that I will have to plug in. Do I have an empty plug down there? Yes. Okay. There's everything here is on a power strip because there's only one plug on that wall and the other plug's way over there. And then ooh, then there's one on this wall halfway up. So all these lights and the phone and the computer and the heater, the little space heater, everything's all on one little strip. So, oh really? Cool. There's so much of Philly I haven't seen, and I live so close to it. I'm just not a city person. Um, let's see. For some of the items, there will be a card, like this card, but it'll have a number on it. And that will be, once I show the number, then the first person who puts in that number is the one who will get the item being shown. So I think that covers pretty much everything if you haven't been to a live sale before. I did find something small, but something old, which is pretty cool. You'll be seeing that tonight too. Um, I have to admit, I don't think there's anything here that's post the year 2000. Definitely not. But there's not much that's more than 40 years old. Just saying. But there is one little thing that's cool. So, let's see what we can start with. Hey, let's start something small here. I got these and I never ever used them. And now everything from Joann Fabrics is collectible. All their stuff for the Santa's Workbench, which was what they trademarked all of their Christmas stuff for, is now, not going to be made anymore. So I'm going to have to start figuring out what I still need for my Halloween thing, because I have some of their Halloween houses, but I don't have any of the little accessory pieces. And I used to work there, so I have some of the early Halloween stuff. But I think that is also from Joann's. So yeah, I think I have two things here from Joann's. But this is a resin push pins, and there is a penguin, a snowman, a cool looking Santa, a reindeer, a teddy bear with a drum, and a uh, oddly shaped, he looks more like an amoeba, an oddly shaped gingerbread man. They're still in the original package because I haven't used them. And I mean, man, I worked there in the late 90s. So, okay, Nora, thank you. Oh, I take it back. This is 2001. Wait, how old is 96? Well, I did have Michael at the time I worked there. So, yeah, I'm trying to think, when did I start there? September 11th. September, what year was that? September 11th was that 2001? Let me check something here. What year? Oh, come on, give me the year. Yeah, that was 2001. I was at work that day and I hadn't turned the radio on. And I had to send one of the people home right away cuz she lived in Philly and they were closing I-95. So I told her, go, just go. And she's like, but we're not supposed to. I said, if you don't go, you won't get home. I live half a mile from the store. So, so yeah. So this is actually from 2001. So I was a little wrong. I have two things here then that are probably early 2000s. But we have this cute little thing of the little resin push pins. And, ah, where are they on my list? I don't have stuff in order. There they are. These are just going to be $3, and they are number 44. $3, number 44. Be a great little stocking stuffer because it is a nice small size that you could just wrap it up and drop it in somebody's stocking. Just $3 for the pins, the push pins, and it is number 44. Now, oh, let's move you over. I don't want to squish you. Now let's see. Where I don't want to squish anything. I have everything in a tray box. Um, so I can't always see what's in the corner, so I don't want to squish anything. I don't want to squish you now. Where are you on the list here? Cookie plate. Where is the cookie plate? Okay. Handcrafted in Pennsylvania, but not by me. Though I had made these in the past. Mine weren't this big. This is cool. So, this is a cookie plate. Now, the back is all painted, but if you look closely, you'll see these little grain lines. Those are threads, because the way you make these is that is a piece of fabric. They take a clear glass plate and you put the fabric on and you get these wonderful cookie plates. But this one actually comes with a polar bear cookie cutter and a recipe. There's a recipe inside here and my phone just tipped over. No, don't do that. There we go. Um, so this sucker's big too. This one is a big plate. Mine was not this big. This is a 10-inch plate. Plenty of room for lots of cookies. So this is going to be $8. It's never been used. It's still all wrapped up with the ribbon the way I got it. And this is going to be $8. $8, number 46. I love this material though. And right smack in the middle, she got my favorites. There's 2 penguins. There's polar bears. That looks like a quail or a partridge. An owl. There's a part of a rabbit's head. They're missing a seal. That's the only thing not on there. So that one is number 46 and is $8. Lovely handcrafted item. Sit you there. My pillow keeps sliding off. The cat, one of the kittens, decided to undo the straps I have that hold the pillow onto this hardwood chair. Because can you see the back of this thing? This sucker is gorgeous. All hand carved. Has some nice wrought iron pieces that hold up the back. And Mike got it for me for a steal from a local auction house because nobody really wanted it. I'm like, that's a gorgeous chair. So it became a birthday present. So now, some things I have are little and some things are big. So let's do, don't you fall over. Let's do a little. And then, where are you? No, that's the pop-up card. So this is, it's a snowman pail. On the back says, let it snow. Now, I don't know who made it. There's no sticker or anything, but there is, smells a little bit like, what's this? Is it not bayberry? It's got one of those Christmas smells, and I can't tell what, but this little fellow is a cute little snowman pail with a candle in it. And this is $3. $3, number 51. It's just such a nice little stocking stuffer. And some of the stuff I have is not too many things, but I have a few that are small like that that would be good stocking stuffer kind of things, or white elephant things. My son wanted to have, he has a white elephant where he worked, and he did this when we both worked at Wawa. And he's having trouble because he wanted to get a box of pennies because the white elephant is $25 is the maximum you could spend on it. And he when we were at Wawa, he did that. He went and got a box of pennies. It's $25 worth of pennies. That is a very heavy brick of a box. And he wanted to wrap it up and do it again for where he works now. But now, because they're no longer going to make pennies, none of the banks want to give up their pennies. So I can understand that. But I also can understand that, if the copper on the penny is the problem, why don't you do like they did during World War II and use scrap steel? Make the pennies out of steel and get the copper off of them. Don't use the copper anymore, because their steel cannot be infinitely reused. It gets to a point where it's too brittle to use for building steel, or making, big things that are weight carrying, but you could still use it for something small like that, and it wouldn't be a problem. So, let's see. Now, where are my where are you? Oh, there you are. Okay, so I have, and I believe these are the last three. There was a company called Shackman. Shackman Publishing, all through, like, they'd been going on for decades, and they had a big resurgence in the 80s with reproducing all these fantastic Victorian kind of things, because Victoriana in the 80s was a big deal at one point. And heck, there was even a Helk. What is Helk? Um there used to be Victoria magazine. I used to get that all the time. I love that magazine. Um and I know that was after I'd gotten out of high school and when I worked at the bookstore. So that was the late 80s. But this is what I mean about, this is one of the things they reproduced. They took one, they made it bigger. It's a thick cardboard, but it's embossed, and if the light will catch it, there's all the little lines, like all the outlines of the holly leaves, all the lines on the wings, and I don't know if the light is catching it. There's gold foil in there, and it's the same on both sides, but they really are just adorable. And they are, I lost my ruler. So from tip to the other wing tip there, it's 7 inches wide and then like 6 inches tall, because this one comes down so far. So from here to here is 6 inches. But sadly, in the 2000s, they went out of business. And it's their stuff is such fantastic quality. It's like instant heirloom. So I just have 3 left. That's it. I only have 3. These are the last ones. I doubt I will ever get my hands on these again. But these are, because I know what I've seen of the Shackman stuff online. So I'm not charging you guys that much. I usually try to give you a little bit less since you're willing to be here and do this live. So for the Angel Trio, And while it is an ornament, I mean, you can do whatever you want with it to either make it an ornament, hang it on the wall. If you've only got a small apartment and not a lot of space to decorate, having flat things you can hang on the wall is great. So the angel trio of cherubs. This is just for one, but keep in mind I do have 3 of these. So they are $10 each. And I can take the first person who gets it, who puts the number in, I'll I will ask you how many do you want at that price each. And then if there's other people who also put the number in, then we'll just go down the line and see until all 3 are gone. Okay? But these are just lovely. I have one and I have it packed in my stuff because I haven't had a chance to do it yet. But I have one that I have this with a bunch of other little things that um I have some vintage. Remember the seals that you'd have to lick the back of it to stick on an envelope? I had some vintage ones that just a few that were angels, and I had wanted to get it framed with this at the top and then the row of those little things underneath. But framing is expensive, and I was raising a nephew by myself, so it didn't happen. But I know that stuff is packed in my Christmas stuff up in the attic. So these are $10 each. They are number 17. $10 each, number 17. The Shackman stuff is just so well put together. One of the reasons is because they made stuff. They did a lot of their stuff as lithograph, which is expensive. And their stuff, even back then when they first came out, were not. Why are you not lining up? Because I have you wrong way around. They were not inexpensive to buy when they were making the stuff. Now I also have from them, this is from 1998, Shackman Company, printed in Hong Kong. Has the envelope included, but this is a money card, an old-fashioned Santa gift card. Now, the cool part is that the way the card works, it's actually a cutout so that you can use it as a decoration later. And it says, "You may think it very funny that my little gift is money, but 'tis none the less sincere, bringing with it heaps of cheer." And all this is cut out because you're seeing the envelope through there. So it's got this great little silhouette, but it's still in the original packaging. It's from 1998. And I have 4 of these, but they are priced per. So it is $3 per card. But this is such a great cute money card. And the fact that you could then use it again as a decoration is wonderful. So these are $3 each, number 29. $3, number 29. Now let's see. There is a Christmas book. If you saw a week ago, I was doing a sorting. It was a bit of a work with me while I sorted through a stack of books. Most of them, half of them ended up being quilting books, and the other ended up being collectibles books on, I think there's 3 different ones on dolls, one on Madame Alexander, 2 on F&B. That video is still up. I still have those books, so if you go back and find it, um, in the description, it says which books are still available. All of them still are, but I have decided to add this one also to this sale because Better Homes and Gardens every year puts out a Christmas from the Heart. Now, this particular one is Home for the Holidays. And it gives you all kinds of things. It gives you things you can make. It gives you things you can bake. It gives you things you can cook, sew, needlepoint, ideas on decorating. It has all kinds of stuff in it. Now, this particular one for Better Homes and Garden is from 1995. And every year it has a different name. So this one's Home for the Holidays. But every year they give it, they're all this same Christmas from the Heart series, but each year it'll have a different title down here. But there is all kinds of stuff. There are several angels. Where are your pictures of the, here we go. Some are little cross stitch ornaments you can make. This is a needlepoint pillow you can make. There is all kinds of things for decorating for a Christmas tree. There's a whole section that's all ornaments. I was really intrigued by this one because you're making your own marbleized paper, and they do give you all of the instructions for that. There's a whole section, Santa, different kinds of Santa, from ornaments to things to hang on the doorknobs to a big doll. There's candy cane apron, there's baked goods. There are how many pages to this? I'm not counting the index. Okay, not counting the index, there's 157 pages of instructions and recipes. There's bread cloth, there's easy soft pretzels, rhubarb raspberry jam. My mother would have liked that. Magic popcorn. Oh, there's 3 different kinds of magic popcorn. Chocolate lovers, cheese tomato mix. Okay, no. Or easy herb seasoning. It's interesting. That's an interesting one. But yeah, there's just so much stuff. And each section like covers a different thing. And if you know how to do Afghans, this is beautiful. It's all red cardinals. So that one's really pretty. So Christmas from the Heart. It's the same price as it was in the other video. It is just $5 and it is number 84. $5, number 84. Come on, pen, stay open. So, now at the end of this week, next Saturday, or this coming Saturday, 700 plus Christmas trees will be arriving for the Boy Scouts. I, however, am banned. I'm not allowed to be there. That's no fun. I'm not allowed to be there because these teenagers and my own kid know me very well. They know I will probably do something stupid and try to lift a tree or help lift a tree, and I'm not allowed to do that because of the pinched nerve in my spine. And and they're right. I probably would. But we get a tractor trailer truck of about 725 trees. Last year we sold all but 4 in record time. Last year the trees showed up on a Sunday. They sold 330 trees that day. So we finally got to where they will be delivering the trees this year on Saturday, which we much prefer. And another place, one of the firehouses near us, they're no longer going to sell Christmas trees because Christmas trees, the prices have really gone up. And then our prices are kind of high, but it's our only fundraiser. And they donated to us a more modern drill. Thank you. Another baler, which is the thing that they push the tree through to get it in that net bag so they can then tie it to the roof of your car. We desperately needed a second one of those, so now we have a second one. The drill we have is so old, I think. Honestly, I think at the time that drill was made, Roosevelt was in office. The second Roosevelt. It's been overhauled at least twice that I know of in the 20 years I've been with the troop. So it's great to have a more modern drill to drill the hole in the bottom of the tree so that they can go on the stands. So the only thing I'm allowed to do is to walk around with a pocket knife because when the trees come, they're all twisted up with string, and you have to cut that so that then they'll fall, they'll open up. And because people want to see how wide it is, they want to know what they're getting. They want to make sure it has a good shape. Fair enough. But to do that, you gotta let them out of that string. So I usually just walk around and do that, but it's going to be so busy opening weekend that they're like, we don't want the chance that you do anything and hurt your back more. So I'm banned. Little suckers. They know me too well. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get this. I have to stand up to this. This is also, and I had to take it out of its plastic bag. So it'll come in its original plastic bag. But this one is also from Joanne Fabrics. Oh, 2002. But it is a unused, really nice tray. It's a nice Santa tray. He's got his little sign saying North Pole. Now, let's see. What's the size of this guy? Because you are big. It is 15 3/4 inches long and just a hair over 11 inches wide. Really cute. You could put a thing on the back so that it could be hung if you wanted to use it as a decoration. Or you could fill it with whatever, cookies or candies or treats of what you want and give it as a gift. My mother and I used to bake and make fudge and do all that because she would fill a tray up, put saran wrap over it, and do it for all the neighbors. So we used to have a lot of tins, and then I found we actually have more than I had found some that she just put away and we hadn't actually used. So I have this great, nice, big, cool looking Santa tin tray. And the tin tray is $5. He's $5, number 53. $5, number 53. Okay. Oh no. Yeah, sometimes I buffer and I end up having to go out and turn off YouTube and then open it back up again. And that way it resets so it stops buffering. I've had that problem on my old laptop. So thank you for coming though, Douglas. But give that a try if you want to hang around and see if it restarts for you. I don't have to sneeze, but one side just keeps running a little bit. Now let's see. The next one is the elf doll. He is so cute. Isn't he adorable? He is a lovely little fellow. Now he's filled with polyester fiber. It says spot clean only, but usually if you put them in a delicate, it's usually not a problem. He doesn't. All new materials. Greenbrier International, made in China. Now, I've had him tucked away in my stuff for a couple of years. And I honestly don't remember where I got him. I think he was attached to a package. And I had just tucked him in with my Christmas stuff. So I now have. Oh, okay, Nora. It happens to me when I'm there from the beginning of the live. Yep, it can sometimes happen. But he is a cute little fella. And he's, what, 9.5 inches long. He's just such a cute thing. Can you imagine him sticking out of the top of a stocking? Wouldn't he be so cute? Or hide him in the Christmas tree, where he's just kind of, see, he's cute. Elf on the Shelf? No. Elf on the Shelf is creepy. But this guy, he's cute. So the little elf doll is $5. He needs a home instead of hiding in a big Christmas box. He is $5. He is number 18 for the elf doll. Now the next one, she's a little different. She is put out by Applause. She still has her tag there. She still has her original tag here. She is a Precious Moments, what is it? Dolls of the Month. Now, she is, of course, December. I'm playing trombone here, trying to read the back of this for a year. Made in the Philippines. Copyright Samuel somebody. Do you not have a year on you? Huh. I'm surprised at that. There's no year on it. But she is very cute. Now, I guess her bonnet does come off. And her dress certainly comes off because there's Velcro in the back. So your drawers are falling down, girl. Put your drawers up. She's got little undies under there. Her shoes do not come off though. But she's so cute and would be such a cute little thing to give. And she's got her little holly and what I guess is meant to be a little candle. She's got a little holly up here. She's got such a cute face. Look at those eyes. And she's not very big. The bonnet makes her seem taller than she really is. Because with the bonnet, she's about 12 inches long. But that's mostly because this, look how high that comes up. But she's absolutely adorable. And she is going to be $7. And she is number 14. $7, number 14. We're going to tuck your card in your arms there and sit you next to the elf boy. So, I should have brought some cough drops down. I've talked so much to nurses and then tried to talk to Gary, but he kept falling asleep on me. And his voice is barely above a whisper. And my throat's and we had rain. I have, of all allergies for somebody who runs around in the woods with Boy Scouts, um, I have leaf mold allergies. So this time of year, with as soon as it rains with all the leaves on the ground, and it rained last night, it just gets to my nose and my throat. Drives me nuts. So let's see. We have where are you? Not that. That's not even supposed to be here. You there. Okay. Uh, what's das? That's not what I thought it was. I thought this was a piece of glass. This is a candle. Well, no. Because he's got a couple of scratches and dings, so I can't in good conscience sell the candle. So let's not sit you near the heater. Sit you there on that table. That was not what I thought it was. Here we go. So I have another little pail. This one is a reproduction of an old postcard of Santa carrying a tree over his shoulder, and he's got his bag of toys, and that's the old St. Nicholas, and it's on both sides. It is a little tin pail. It is 4 inches tall. Would be great to make a small little arrangement with some little Christmas branches. And you're always trimming some off the top, because there's usually too much at the top, and it either hits the ceiling and you got to trim it down. So you always end up with some little bits of branches. And they'd be great to put in here, and then put a couple other little fancy little twigs sticking out of it. Um, I haven't done it in a long while, but I probably should. Um, I would go out and get the seed frond things from one of it's a staghorn fern, and it leaves this neat little thing. And in the florists, they cost a fortune. And I used to just take them, let them dry out, and pick them out of the garden once they dried out. And then I'd spray paint them whatever color I needed: red, green, silver, gold. And I'd put them in arrangements for things. And it just looked great. I sometimes I'd just stick them in mom had a lot of house plants, and I would just stick them in the house plants just to, give it some Christmas cheer. So how did I make the other one? So the Santa pail is just $2. No candle in this one. So it's just $2, and if the card will actually come out up here, um, it's $2 and is number 28. $2, number 28. Now, I had that tucked in here. This is cool, but it doesn't quite. I used to have like a lot of um more country style, country cottage kind of vibe, but not once I moved back here, and I've gotten older, a lot older since I've used this stuff. So this has, um, can you see it in there? Hang on, wait a second. There you go. You can see the snowflake pattern, sort of. But that's on all 4 sides, and it's got the little thing in here. You can put a tea light down in there, and that is so cute. Holiday homecoming candle holder. So you have the snowflake, because this is tin and then this is wood. Hey, CDC, how are you? We'll just call it a snowflake candle holder. And it's such a neat little thing. And it does look really cool to have a little tea light in there, because it just, when it's one of the in a dim room, it just makes these great big snowflake pattern on the wall. It's really kind of cool. So this is just $3 and is number 62. $3 for the snowflake tea light holder, number 62. So, how many are watching? Does it say? Well, it says on the phone. It doesn't say up there. So there are 8 people here. Thank you all for coming. I know it's not my usual night, but now, um, where are you? No, that's not it. There it is. So this is the last one I have of this. This is a Shackman one. Oh, I sold almost all of them last year. And this is from 1995. And it just makes this wonderful box. So you have, which one? You have the cat, and you have the fox, and then you have the raccoon and the bear, and then the lid has the cat and the bear on a snowy moonlit night. So it's just such a cute little box. It's just the right size. You could put a mug in it, and or anything that would fit in that size box, but it, or just use the box, sit it out as a decoration on its own. It's such a cute little wintertime thing. And the nice part of this is that, because, like, especially with that scene on top, it's not particularly Christmas so much as it is winter. So this could stay out as a decoration from, from November to, some areas of the country, from November to February. So this is just $3. It is a Shackman. They do not make these anymore. It is $3, number 10. $3, number 10 for my last Shackman box. Okay. Now we have, uh-oh. What are you doing? I'll be right back. I just heard glass hit the floor in the kitchen. I think there's a cat getting himself into trouble. Hi, Elron. What did you do? What did you do? Oh, you go away. I see you. Trying to look like you didn't do something. What did you do? Come on, fix it. Go, boy. Come say hello. I should put you in kitty jail. Yes, I should. No, don't you fight me. Should I put you in kitty cat jail? Huh? Hello? Oh. Oh, now you're sorry because you're caught. You know you did something wrong, huh? Are you sorry now? You sorry? You were where you shouldn't have been, weren't you? You're not supposed to be on the stove. Yeah. This is Elrond, for those of you who've not met him before. He is one of the gang of 5. Stay off the stove, you little fart. Mike had left a glass on the stove. He has knocked it over. Now, luckily, we have a thing called a butler. Butler is one of those things where it's a dustpan with a real long handle and a broom that goes with it. So it was very quick to clean up the glass, so that wasn't a problem. But he's just kept staring at me from across the room because he knew he was in trouble. You're not supposed to be on the stove. That's a no-no. So, let's see. What can we show next? Well, I have to get that stuff off the top of it first. Let's do an offer up. Is anybody interested in doing an offer up? I have a bag full of ornaments. And they are all... How many of you remember the ribbon candy? I remember one grandmother always having ribbon candy. I don't know where you'd ever even buy it now. But these are all ornaments that are the ribbon candy. And they even have, like, what's catching the light is, it looks like sugar crystals. They're not real sugar, but they really do sparkle from those. There are a whole bag of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 5. Wait, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's a dozen of these. And we can make those an offer up. As soon as I get this to where I can type. Okay, we're going to do these as an offer up, and I'm going to start them at 10, which means they're $1 each, and you get 2 free if it stays at 10. So is anybody interested in going up for an offer up? For all 12 of these. They are cute little ornaments. They could look fun on a wreath. They could look fun. They could look fun even like that, just in a shadow box. But they are very cute. I do not know who the maker is, but there are a dozen of them. And I don't see anyone coming in with an offer. So we can start to call it. And 3, 2, 1, and we'll put a stop. And we'll pass on these. And I don't have my list in order tonight, which is driving me nuts because usually I do. But it took me so long to get the answers I needed about tomorrow for my brother. I ended up spending 3 hours at the nursing home because I was picking up all his stuff in case he does come home tomorrow. Okay. Okay, we've got those. We'll fit them down here. Another thing we have is this cool thing. Now, who remembers seeing these? They used to come with candy in them, usually peppermints. I remember one grandmother used to get them and they would have these candies and she would fill them. She'd take all the peppermints out and she'd fill them with these candies that looked like raspberries. Because that's the wrapping they had. She would make a foam wreath that was just those things and give them out. But I have one, and this one still has the plastic lid on the bottom so that you still have it. But it is a cute little green tree, and I've decided not to hang on to this one. It is 7.5 inches tall. And I've decided to pass this one on along to you guys because with the snowman collection I have slowly been starting of vintage snowmen, a green tree doesn't quite fit in with that. White tree would be cool or silver, but the green's just not going to work. So since this was something I had in the one big tote of Christmas stuff I could get to of my own stuff, I decided that this would be a good one to send along. And somehow it says I have 0 people watching. How did that happen? So where'd it go? The green glass tree is going to be $6 because I haven't seen these since my grandmothers used to buy them. So it is $6 and it is number 73. $6, number 73. So I'll stick him back over in here. And we have, oh, don't you fall over and on me. So, well, now I'm back to 6. It was interesting. All of a sudden I had 0 people watching and now it's back up to 6. I don't know what happened there, but that's not usual. Come on. Now, I have I have 2 things of ribbon that are a little different. One is a thing of red velvet ribbon. Now, this is this kind of C&G. They're the kind of company that supplies the florists. So this has a plastic back and red flocking with little gold flecks in the red flocking and then a gold trim edge to it. There is 10 yards on this ribbon roll. And it's still got its original little pin. They would always come with a pin. These originally sold at $13.90 for the roll. Now, I just have the one, but there's 10 yards. There's a lot you can do. And the fact that the backing is plastic means this can be used outside. It can be a wreath on the door. You could wrap it around the pillars of the front porch, and you don't have to worry about it getting messed up from rain or snow. So for this 10-yard red velvet type ribbon, this is only $4. And there's 10 yards of this outdoor usable ribbon. It's $4 and is number 24. Let's put that. Oh, I lost its little card number here. Get your card back on there. So that one is number 24. And the other one I have, this one is from Joann Fabrics. I ended up not needing all the ones because I had found more than one of these and I had made a couple of things, wreaths that had little ice skates with them, because this is so cool, because this is another one where it's more for wintertime, not necessarily Christmas, because it has little ice skates hanging from a ribbon and it's got this lighter blue coloring and lots of silvery glittery parts to it. But it really is a cute ribbon, and it's the only one I have left. Now, this it's 2.5 inches wide, and it has 4 yards. So it has 12 feet of ribbon. It's 100% polyester, but it's still got its plastic piece that goes all the way around. I've never used this one. And I am willing to sell this one for $2 for someone else to use and enjoy. It's $2 and it's number 11. Okay. Now. Oh. Now, this is really cool. This is a neat little storage jar. I think it's really cool. So you've got the little house with the trees, little snow on top. You have Santa in the front yard, and the pattern goes all the way around. There's no chips, there's no cracks, there's no scratching. The glass is actually ribbed on the outside, smooth, I think, on the inside. There is there's a sticker on the bottom that says Transpac Food Safe. So this has a nice tight stopper. So you can use this to put food in, but I think it would make a great sugar jar for a sugar bowl on your table for when you're having your coffee or thing. And you could, because it's got that nice tight ring, because it has this rubber ring right around the piece here, it would keep all the moisture out, and you could really have a nice little thing on your kitchen table. If you like loose tea, maybe you could put your favorite Christmas tea, a couple of tea bags in there on the counter on your little breakfast bar, or put your sugar or your stevia, whatever your sweetener of choice is. but it's just so cute with that. And the fact that it's food safe is always a plus because that's something you don't see all the time for these decorative things. A lot of times you come across things that'll say, plates even that'll say not for food use, but this has the sticker on the bottom that it is food safe, and it's very hard to see because it's a clear sticker, but the words are right there. So this Santa jar is $6. It is $6, number 34. $6, number 34. So let's put him in here. And ow. Oh. Now I have several boxes of these. They are poinsettia lights or poinsettia, depending on where you live. Now, most of them, the little piece for the window of the box has come loose, but it's all there for, I believe, all the boxes. I am not about to unhook these. They are all so nicely in here, every single one. But they all light up. All of them have been tested. All of them come with the extra bulbs. And one is a clear white bulb, which might be a blinker bulb. Who remembers that? When you would have to put in one special bulb would make the lights blink. So they all have red bulbs to them. I checked every single box. But these are vintage lights. Oh, come on. Box is held together with staples. We have a year anywhere? No. They do have the UL symbol on them. How long has it been since we've seen that on a box of lights? Now it says, come on, where are you? I know I saw it somewhere. I could have sworn I saw, ow, that's a staple. So there's 20 lights on each string. And then on the back, it has a guide for the size of the tree, how many lights you'll need. And I doesn't say. So if your tree is only 3 feet, you'll need 50 lights. Well, then that means you would need three strands. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6. I have 6 boxes of these. And they all work. And you'll have to let me know how many you want. Because if you just want to use a wreath, then you'd probably only need one set. But these great lights, these were given to me by a friend to sell off and for myself. And they are, because it's hard to find the flower lights these days. This was something that was big in the 90s to have the silk flower lights for your Christmas tree. And so these are $5 a box. So it's $5 per. I do have 6 boxes, and it is number 15. So if you want them, you can put the number 15 in and then let me know how many boxes you would like to have. So they are $5 a box. I do have 6 boxes of them. You do not have to take all 6. You just let me know how many of them you would like. Linda, hi. How many of these would you like, dear? Because each strand has 20 lights on it. Um, I was surprised it didn't say. You would like 3 boxes. Okay. 3 for Linda. Okay. That means there are still 3 more boxes available. If anyone else would like to have some of the poinsettia lights. I had fun with these because um they lit up, and of course they've got red bulbs in the center of the red flower. And I don't know why, but Arwen, I did it at the kitchen because I could sit them on the counter and I could just plug them into the wall. And the first one I plugged in, she was watching me from the cat tower, but all of a sudden, all this red light, and I don't know if it's just the way I looked suddenly turning red from the light. It scared the crap out of that poor girl. She took off and ran for the hills, disappeared upstairs to I don't even know to where. I didn't see her again for about 2 hours. It just startled her. So thank you, Linda. Thank you very much. First sale of the night. Thank you. So you're taking 3, so that means there are still 3 left. Now, I have 2 little left-in boxes, little trinket boxes. This one is my favorite. I do like this one. No, 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 no. No, they're escaping. No. Did I get everything? I think I got everything. Yes. So the tray I sat next to me, um, that has the dolls and stuff that I showed earlier, it all just started to slide down towards my chair. It's like, no, 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 you're not allowed to do that. You can't run away and escape. Oh, what just got on that? There's a smudge, but it's coming off. I don't know how I got a smudge on there. I thought I had cleaned it all. Okay, so the first little trinket box. Now it is left in. I've forgotten now. It's been so long since I've had Lefton. I know there's a way to tell based on how the trademark looks about what year it was made. Um, so I don't know, but it has the red and gold sticker as well as the Lefton trademark. And it is a little trinket box, but isn't that beautiful? You've got your red cardinal and your holly, and it's in the shape of a tree. But it is just such a lovely little thing. It's so pretty. It's such a cute little thing. And I am selling this for just $5 for the Lefton Cardinal tree Christmas tree trinket box. It is $5 and it's number 66. So, but that is such a cute little piece. Come on into the bin. So, um, the other one, because holly isn't necessarily a thing that is 100% Christmas. I mean, those berries stick around all for quite a bit in the winter until the birds eat them. Excuse me. Ugh. The allergy meds are wearing off. So I have this smaller one, which is an oval, but it is also lefton. And it has the little oval pattern, all the little oval pattern, the little holly pattern all the way around. But this one has the date of 1985, but the gold sticker, the golden red sticker, is damaged. But this one does have a year on it. I do believe that the tree one with the cardinal is definitely older, considering where I got that from. But this one is 1985, and it's also a cute little lefted trinket box. This one is just $3 and is number 79. $3, number 79 for the Lefton Holly oval trinket box. There. Now, let's see. We've got... Oh, now we went into the ribbon and candy. We did that. I know I had two more ornaments. I know I have other ornaments. Where are the other ornaments? Let's do this big fellow. So, unfortunately, a cat sat on it, and it did, their claws did pop the plastic on this, but this is still sealed. It is a cardinal puzzle. It is one of those puzzles. It's a round puzzle. It is 500 pieces. It's 19.5 inches round, called Cardinal Court, and is all these cardinals at a bird feeder. Now, it's not a wintertime scene because you have red poppies down here. Pretty sure that's foxglove, I think, in the back. So it's a bird feeder in the spring, but cardinals are so associated with the winter time, I think, because it's so much easier to see them against snow, that that's why I included it in the sale. The other thing too is puzzles. We used to have a tradition in this house when I was in elementary school and high school, in that you had that week off from school between Christmas and New Year's. And we would set the big old card table up, huge old metal thing. And Mom and I would do jigsaw puzzles that whole week, and we'd usually buy at least one new puzzle every winter. Santa would leave a puzzle, and we'd do it. And everybody in the family, every once in a while, would stop over at the table and, put something in. And usually they were anywhere from 500 piece minimum to 1,000 pieces. So it kept us busy. So the cardinal puzzle is $6, and it is number 82. $6, number 82 for the cardinal puzzle. And if you have winters where you're stuck at home, having a few jigsaw puzzles to do isn't necessarily a bad way to, take up your time. Now, let's see. Now, we have 6 people watching tonight. It keeps fluctuating. A couple times I've seen it say 0, but then somebody will say something in the chat. I'm like, well, I know it's not 0. Let's see. We have these fellows to do. These guys are special. They're on their original card. Now, I tried to do a search on eBay for Chris Mouse. I don't know why I kept getting a huge amount of Disney stuff. These guys are not Disney. They were put out by a jewelry company that just says B&J. But this is a rare find because they are on their original card. And you can see they are pins. And usually I've found what they made a couple different versions. And so this one is I was trying to figure out. I think that's meant. I thought that was something in their hands, but I believe that's their tail. That's right there, sticking up through the back. There are other ones where one's got a piece of ivy, one is carrying a candle. I saw another one that looks like he's playing a lute. That didn't look like the shape for a guitar. So there's a couple of varieties. There's even little tiny ones. These are, I think, about an inch tall. No, a little taller because of the pointy hat. An inch and a quarter tall. And those big, big, big ears. Now they are enamel. So all of the green and the red that you see, that is all enamel on metal. And it's intact. None of it's flaking off. It looks great. Now, these are going to be an offer up. I'm going to start these because it is on the original card, and that is a nice little Christmas decoration. This is the kind of thing that's kind of cool to have in a curio shelf or one of those not printers trays that's used for a shelf, which is where I have had it and used it. I would just prop it up. And that's why they're still on the card. I've never worn them. I left them on the card. I've had these for quite a while. But I've decided to send them out to the world. But these are going to be an offer up, so I'll put it in the chat, and they are going to start at $8. There we go. We're going to start it at 8. Anyone who wants to put in 8 or more, please put it in the chat. I have, other than this pair, I've never seen them on the original card. I know last year I had some smaller ones of the Chris Mouse. I had 2 different small ones that I'd found at a church sale and had sold those. And I knew what they were right away because I've had this for years, because this had been my great aunt's. And she also had never worn them. She really liked the graphics of the fireplace in the back. And I remember her sitting it. She would just, those little holders for little tiny saucers that fold open, and she would have it sitting on one of those on the mantelpiece just as a decoration because she liked the graphics design so much with the 2 little mice. And so then when I got it, I did the same thing. I just prop it up at Christmas time, and I never actually took them off of there. So they're in fantastic shape. They're vintage cards. As near as I could tell, these were made in either the late 50s or sometime through the 60s. And then that's when that fad then stopped. This design wasn't made. I didn't find anything that said that this design continued into the 1970s. So, but it's a great, great decorative piece, and I don't see any offers coming in. So we're gonna pass on that. And we'll tuck you back in here. And what else do we have? Oh, I have the Jan Brett book. I have the 12 Days of Christmas small book illustrated by Jan Brett. I remember buying this when it came out. And I've just always loved her illustrations, especially her winter ones. Um, I used to have a few more of her books, but this one is the from 1986 is the copyright for the illustrations. But on the number line, the last number is a number 2, so this is a second edition. First edition was 19 Oh, there we go. Miniature edition first published in 1990. The original illustration copyright is 1986, but the number line ends in a 2, which means this would have been the second edition. But it's just gorgeous. And then this is the last image in the book. And sometimes I would very carefully do the same thing. Take one of those little plate holders and I would sit this in it and just have this open to the back because that's such a great illustration. Other times I'd just have it like that. So what I would do is it would be out for a while because it would be out like this for Christmas. But then that, it's just a bird. It would be, I could leave it out longer. This was another one of my favorites because of the owls. I thought that was adorable because that's the 5th day of Christmas. But they're all animals. So instead of being your usual thing of Lords a Leaping and all that, you do have them, but you've got then the ladies dancing and the pipers piping because they have to be people. But everything else has animals. Even the maids a milking has the animals with it. It has all these different cows. And they're not, they all look a little different. So they all have a little bit of a personality to them. So, and one of my other favorite images is the hedgehog on the back because I love hedgehogs. I think they're so cute. So this Jan Brett book is, come on, number cards, come up, is $4, is number 71. $4, number 71. Yeah. Okay, I have to turn the page here. Whoops. I didn't put my little lines on the page. There we go. Okay, so this is going to be another offer. Now, one of these is, I believe, from the 1930s. I think the other two are from the 1940s. Now, I know these can often go for a lot. They're all lithographs. These two are embossed. So on the back, you can see the indent where they've embossed the holly. And this one has some embossing on his scarf and the dog. Now, they were used. They're in pencil. There's names on them. To Martha from Liss. And to Grandma from Leroy Jr. So there's these two and there's another one. So I'm going to put the offer in the start. Okay, well, I'm starting these low. There is only the 3 of them. Now, this one from the graphics that I have see on this one, so this one, it's not that the paper is embossed, it's that you can actually feel the thickness of the red ink. This is the one I think is from the 1930s. This one is very different kind of paper. This one actually opens up this way and has to Mrs. Madison from GI Candy Kitchen. So, but this one is more the style of having been done with a letterpress, the actual printing. Hi, Warren. And then these seem more the type that were done as lithographs. But the whole thing, the style and the graphics, this is very much more than the late 1920s and through the 1930s. But these are all kind of types that you'd have from the 40s through the 50s. So you have just the three of them. The starting offer is $4. And you get all three. These are getting harder and harder and harder to find. You often find these lithographed ones, if you find them at all. To have something that is done with a block printing press, the older 1920s and 1930s ones, these are extremely hard to find. So you would have all three, and the starting offer is $4. And I don't see anyone coming in for that. Hi, Warren. We'll sit you back down there, and we will pass on that. Okay. Now, who's still left? There is another couple of ornaments, but let's do this little piece of glass. This is another little votive holder, or you can put one of those little taller ones in it. It is crackle glass, so it has all those little lines in it. But then there is this lovely green and gold band here. And then there is let's see if you can see it. There, you can see it better. This great hand-painted bit of Christmas and tree and holly leaves. So you have pine branches, holly leaves, holly berries, and that's on both sides. Each one is just slightly different in how they're done because they are hand painted. It's a very nice little thing. It does not have a maker's mark, but you can kind of see the crackle. But like I said, it's crackle glass, so you don't feel it anywhere. You don't feel the cracks. They're inside somehow. I've never understood how they make crackle glass, but the way it refracts the light is kind of cool. So we have this lovely little it in there. I had 2 cards, don't need 2. So this is, I have to write this on the second page here. So this is the, hi Aragorn, a poinsettia crackle glass for votive holders. Okay, so it is in wonderful shape. There's no wax or anything down inside there. It's in wonderful condition. There's even a littler design on the opposite edges. It is $3. $3 number 33. $3 number 33 for the crackle glass candle holder. Oh, no, no, no. Don't you mess up those little things. Get off of there. Now, stop Now, don't have too many things left. I do have some vintage ornaments that are actually little dolls. My mother used to get doll ornaments for her daughters, and that included the two daughter-in-laws. But she would get these ornaments for the four of us. Mom and I would go out to Macy's or Strawbridge and Clothier the on the day after Christmas, and we'd head right to the Christmas shop. And she was always looking for these dolls. And there have been some really fun ones. But this one is in such a sweet little girl, almost Downton Abbey Edwardian, late Victorian kind of outfit. She was made in 2003, but she is a porcelain collectible ornament. Doesn't say she has a name. Hand painted, European style, posable, because her arms do come up and her little shoes are painted on. But she's adorable. I've never had her out of the box, though. I have had others, but she was just too cute and I didn't want the outfit to get messed up. So now we have her. She does have a little loop in there. She has a string loop off of her hat to hang her by. She's not heavy at all. Sometimes you get porcelain ornaments and they are incredibly heavy. So I'm guessing she is hollow, like a lot of the dolls would have been if it were an original. But she is not going back into her box. Oh, because the twist tie that's holding her in place. So she's an absolutely adorable little thing. There is a small tear right here from when I tried to open it. And she is, it still has the original price tag on it. Mom never took it off. That's Mom. So she is the one with the little blonde ringlets, and she is $4. She's $4, number 52. $4, number 52 for the little girl. Now, the other one is from 1998. She's from Avon. Now, I have to admit, she was on a tree at some point. Now, she is half doll in that she does not have, because sometimes that's all Mom and I could find. She does not come with any legs or anything. She has this great fake fur muff for her arms, but she has been on a tree. But with having 5 cats in the house that are only going on 4 years old, I'm not putting her anywhere near a tree because I think she will be turned into a cat toy. So she needs a good home. But she has her little holly decorating her muff, but she's absolutely adorable. She's very pointy little nose, though, a little bit upturned, but she's very cute. But she comes in her original box, Victorian Ladies Ornament, Winter. So I believe they had different seasons. So each one of us got a different season. And Mom gave me the one that was for winter. And so she comes in her original box. And so the little red velvet girl with the white muff, she is $4 and she's number 35. So she's $4. $4, number 35. I see you, Aragorn. Yes. At least you're not getting into trouble like your brother. Okay, let's lay that down here. Uh, Now, this one, the box has got little issues. The box had gotten squished in, and this one is from 1977. Now, Amsun Industries made a lot of things that were lucite. And this is a Christmas ornament that they made. Still have the original little pouch inside, but it is owls. Can you just make it out? Not easily. Let's try that. Oh, that's better. Can you see that there's a parent owl and a child owl? Isn't that adorable? It's a wonderful piece. And it's like intaglio in that it's cut in at the back. And then you've got the crescent moon here. But it is a lovely ornament. It's really pretty. But it is lucite. That's what Amsun was known for. And so it still has the little felt pouch to keep it from getting scratched. It's just that the box has, from being in with so many other ornaments, the box got a little wonky. But a collection of holiday classics, it says. So for the lucite owl ornament, it is $3. $3 and is number 55 for the owl ornament. Oh, hello. What are you doing? No, nope, you can't go over there. Sorry. Oh, come on, big boy. Say hi, Aragorn. Say hello. Yeah, I'm sorry. I filled up where your pillow is. You can't go over there. Can you go down there? Come here. You can go on the box under there. Lay down there. Good boy. Good boy. So he's laying on a box that's underneath the desk. It's a box of books. It's a box of books on Native Americans that I do need to sort out and get listed onto eBay. So, what is left? The Snowflake pop-up cards. I have 3 of these. Pop-up cards have become a thing that people collect. Now, I actually have 3 of these. They open up to this fantastic snowflakes. Isn't that fabulous? And it's got all these sparkles are iridescent, the little sparkly stuff. But when it's closed, it looks like an ornament. So you actually can, hang it up to have that, or like my sister has a couple of these, and I have quite a few of these because I just love collecting them, the 3D pop-up Christmas cards. And we put them out. She puts hers out every year, and then I put mine out. I had put mine out before the house got stuffed, but I have 3 of these, and these are $4 each. I was surprised because some of these, like if you have the one of these that's the cats, that's I guess because it's cats, goes for fairly high price online, which was really surprising. So these are $4 each. They do come with an envelope, though one of them will come with a gold envelope. The others come with a white envelope. And so, but they are all the same maker. Somehow I just was missing an envelope, and the only one I had that fit was the gold one. So it's $4 a piece for this wonderful snowflake pop-up card. Number 70. $4 each, number 70. I have 3 of them. Okay, that's everything on that page. And we still have we still have this. Now this is, and I'm going to try not to mutilate the name. Boleslawic, Boleslawiec. It's handmade in Poland. That's the trademark. They put out different holiday patterns throughout the years. I don't know what year this one is. It is microwave, dishwasher, and oven safe. Recommended placement in cold oven to maximum heat of 350. But this is a nice jug. They do make a teapot in this pattern. I did not see if there was a sugar bowl, but this is really nice quality, and they're all you can tell like the design is all hand done, and they just make fabulous pottery. So if you wanted mugs or other pieces of this, you can find them, but they do cost a little. They also have ones with reindeers. They have ones with snowflakes, but this is their their milk pitcher. It's what I found it called online, and it's just a hair over 5 inches tall. But the base is 4 inches wide, and then as it comes up, it tapers in a little bit towards the top. And this is well, I'm just going to do it this way. Tree pottery from Poland. So, to give you guys a little bit of a lower price on it, it is $12 for this wonderful piece from Poland. And I don't believe it's ever been used because this part is just a clear sticker and it's still there. Usually, they come off when you wash them. But it's not doing me any good just hiding in a cabinet. So this is great. I mean, if you have a bunch of people over for the holidays, because of the fact that this is microwave safe, you could put your maple syrup in here for pancakes and heat it up in the microwave so that then it's warm for when it goes on the pancakes on a cold winter day. So it'd be great. Oh, hey, no claws. Or your gravy. Put your gravy in that. So this is $12 and it's number 86 for the pottery piece from Poland, Boleslawic. That. But it's $12, number 86. Okay. Now, the last piece for the night is really cool. It's a silhouette silhouette garland, and it is a paper garland. Look at that. You see that? Isn't that fabulous? Now it keeps going. I mean, and I've still got that much to go. So I don't know how long it is. I did not take the whole thing out and measure it because I had cats around me and I did not trust them to be anywhere near this thing. It does have a rivet on each end that is what's holding the little thread. See, of course, there's one on this end. There is nothing on this to tell me who made it, but it is made of a very thin plastic. But that is just cool. That's the pattern, and it's just beautiful. And there is, I mean, I stretched my arms out completely, so there's easily just slightly over 4 feet. So 3 feet's here. So there's easily 2 yards. There's at least 6 feet of this. A delightful garland. It's just fantastic. So the reindeer silhouette garland is what I had called it. This is going to be $6 and is number 83. $6, number 83 for the reindeer garland. And that's it. That's everything for tonight. I tuck that in its little plastic, because it came in this little plastic box, but there's no label on that either. So that is everything for tonight. I thank you all for coming in. I know we've had people come in and go all of tonight, and I have an awful lot that is still available. So if you see anything on the replay that you would like, my email is right there. You can either claim it in the comments or you can email me about something. Now, tomorrow when I get the chance, I'll put the whole list in the description of what is still available. Some people have managed to timestamp their little list. I'm not sure I know how to do that, but I'll try. I will try. It also depends on what goes on with my brother tomorrow. He has not eaten in probably 48 hours. He can't keep anything down. It's not good. He was supposed to come home after they take him to the hospital tomorrow to get the port out. And then, but I honestly don't know. I really think that either they're going to want to keep him at the hospital once they see him, or I'm going to try to talk him into going right to the ER from the nursing home, because he's so thin. He's totally dehydrated, and it's not good. That nursing home has not been a good place for him while he got the antibiotic treatment he needed. So I hope I'll be able to do that list tomorrow, but I have to take care of my disabled brother first. He's been out of the house for 4 weeks now. Yeah, we're going once we hit close to 4 weeks. If we hit Wednesday, it would have been 4 weeks that he's been in the hospital and then in the nursing home. So, so I do have to take care of him first tomorrow, and I don't know what that's going to entail. It may mean I take him directly to the ER and we start all over again with him being in hospital, which is going to break his heart. He's just wants to come home, but he's not in physical shape enough. I don't think he'll make it up the stairs to get to his own bedroom. So I have to take care of him first. And if anybody is someone who prays, by all means, his name is Gary. Please send up a prayer for him. He's never taken good care of his health, and now it's really starting to bite him in the backside. And he's 68. And today he told me, at least I outlasted Dad. Our dad died suddenly at the age of 67 from an aneurysm. So he's not in a good mindset, which has me greatly concerned. So I appreciate any prayers out there for him. But keep watching if you got this far. But if you think about something that you saw that you might want revisit it and come back. Like I said, my email is right there. You can email me about anything. I will try to put everything in the description, but I will try to do that tomorrow. It all depends on what's going on. So thank you all for coming. I hope you all had a great time. I know this is not as much stuff as I had last year. Last year I didn't have a brother playing tag with the hospital. So so maybe next year will be even bigger. But that being said, I hope you guys all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Um, and for those of you that can't go see family this year, you know, an awful lot of people go to the movies on Thanksgiving Day, and if that's not your forte, watch a movie on TV. Make yourself some popcorn, you know, treat yourself to something you really enjoy, whether that's having a hot bath and a nap or sitting down and watching some movies with some popcorn. Do it. Why not? It's Thanksgiving. Do it. If you can't be with family, do something you enjoy. So I hope you have a wonderful holiday. Mike and I are supposed to be serving at a community dinner. On well, it's more like a lunch that keeps going until close to dinner time. Um, but we will be doing service that day, and we are having our Thanksgiving on Tuesday. Oh, so for Gary and Mike and I. So I will be, I will, should be, we'll say will, I should be live for a chat Thanksgiving night. And since there's so much here that's still here, I might re-show that night the stuff from the sale that had not sold. So if you're watching on the replay, you can either email me about it or stop in on Thursday night. But Thursday night, I would not start until 10 p.m. Okay, so have a good holiday, everybody. And I hope it's a good one for you. And I hope you're all healthy and warm and dry, because we're supposed to get some crazy weather this week in quite a lot of the country. So stay safe out there, and I will see you all Thursday night. Good night, everyone.